A new online shopping platform has surpassed Amazon and is surging toward the title of most downloaded app in the United States. It's called Temu. The Chinese-owned app is a sibling of another popular platform, this one based in China called Pinduoduo. Now, Pinduoduo is in the spotlight, with its reach seemingly even broader than TikTok's. Here's the issue. According to cybersecurity experts, Pinduoduo can bypass users' cell phone security. The Chinese app can also monitor the activities of other apps, check notifications, read private messages, and change settings, all without the phone owner's permission or knowledge. Joining us to give insight into the issue is Casey Fleming, CEO of BlackOps Partners. TikTok has been in the spotlight a lot, especially over security concerns about what happens to U.S. user data in terms of its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, and in lieu of that, perhaps ending up in the hands of the Chinese regime. But it seems there's another app that is a Chinese app in China called Pinduoduo, which is basically the biggest shopping app there. And there was a CNN deep dive where experts were noting that this app was able to basically take over phones, especially Android phones. So what's your response to that? Is this surprising to you, or what's your take?
It is completely not surprising to me. If you understand the CCP, and we have for years, any technology coming out of China is controlled by the CCP, and therefore it is weaponized against their own people. And if it's weaponized against their own people, so the app can absolutely take over your device. What that means is they can install anything that they want remotely onto your device. And we're talking about smart device, meaning smartphones, computers, tablets, and on, and watches. But also it can request and get granted additional permissions on that device through the app. I wouldn't have any of those apps on any of my devices or any of my family's devices or any of my worst enemies' devices, to put it to you mildly.
And in this case, Pinduoduo is the app in China, Temu being the one in the U.S. So far there are no reports about the same thing happening with Temu, but how likely are we to see similar things? For instance, does TikTok have the ability to do this, to go around and basically move apps around from what you've seen?
From what we've seen, yes, they can. Also, you have to understand the nature of software. I actually have a technology background. Software can be changed anytime. It's a shell game with software. All it takes is a few lines of code to make it look differently, to make it send it through different servers, to make it do different things. So whatever the software is today or how it's launched today, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now, can be completely different in its weaponization. So remember, software is a moving target.
And on that note, it seems there's been more focus on, say, apps that have ties to the Chinese Communist Party. You have TikTok, now in the news also Shine and Temu, the U.S. version of Pinduoduo, and also a new one called CapCut. So what are we seeing in terms of these apps? And can you kind of just break down exactly what the concern is here?
National security is the concern. You always have to understand that China is just a puppet as a country. The people who are pulling the strings is this mafia-type organization called the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP. So you have to understand, all these apps are coming from an enemy who's declared themselves as the enemy. And again, this is the first time we've seen it in writing and in public. Think about that. Why would you ever do business with a country like that that's controlled by the CCP? Why would you buy products? Why would you invest in the country? Well, let me tell you, I'm the biggest proponent of free speech. The first thing I would do is ban every Chinese application you possibly can. They've done it with our apps. Why are we allowing them in our soil? We can't buy property in China. Why are we allowing them to buy property in the United States? And on and on. Turnabout is fair play. Treat the CCP and China the way they are treating us. So no U.S. apps or no free world apps in your country, then guess what? None of your CCP apps in the United States and the rest of our allies.